Okay, so now that you are able to play with a single note, reduced chords, or if you already know chords, let's dive right into playing the song with the full chords. Okay, so um, let's review. We have your G chord, second finger, third fret, first finger on the second fret of the fifth string, and your third finger all the way here on the third fret of the first string. Okay, that's your G chord. That's the basic. If you're a little bit more advanced, you might be able to play the third finger on the second string and the pinky right behind and play that G chord. That's a little bit more advanced, okay? I play with my third finger there, okay? No harm, no foul. Then we have our C string, okay, which C chord, which starts with your third finger on the fifth fret. This is the actual C note. Okay, so don't play string 6. Do not play string 6. You're starting from note C, the bass root note, and then second finger on fret 2. Okay, string 4. And then the first finger is actually when we were playing our reduced chords, if you remember that, it's on string 2, making sure that it's tunneled so you can still hear that first string. So let's try that. Make sure you hear every note. If you don't, something's going on. You're blocking a string. If you're not pressing down enough, it's going to sound like that. Make sure every note is nice and clear. Go from the bottom and listen to the quality of each note that it actually sustains. Okay? And once you do, then you play it all together. I'm playing with a pick now, so hopefully you've got one together right in between your thumb and your index finger. Okay? Then we've got your D chord, which we've learned before. All right, starting with emphasis on string D, 4, string 4, or note D. Okay. Then we have the G chord again. So you hop back. We have E minor, and go from G major to E minor. It's very simply to lift that second finger and put it behind the first finger on string 4. So it sounds like this, E minor. So you've got G. You don't have to do anything. Leave that first finger, bring the second finger behind, and play your E minor. Make sure that each note sounds. Then D7, okay, here's that wild D7 if you haven't learned it before. Okay, second finger on string 3, third finger on string 1. There's room in between for the first finger to go on string 2 on fret 1. Okay, and you start from the D string. That's your D7. Lovely. Make sure you can hear every. And be careful if you're playing all the way back here. You might sound really cool. Now it's a different sound back here than it is here over the. This is where it's actually going to resonate. And here, this is more of a sound effect. Okay, so right here. D7 back to your G. That's where it's going to be tricky, that end. So if you can try going from G, C, G, and you've really got to focus on these two fingers. So you've got that G, 3, you open up your hand and aim with those two to jump back to get to G. So you have G, C, G. Okay, you got to do a little bit of back work on chords to be prepared for this song. Okay, that might be a little bit too much. Well, let's play along with the chords strumming along. Okay, here we go. I'm actually gonna sing right from the beginning. Okay. 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. C. If you notice, I really want to play this chord, so I'm going to let myself do it. It's my full G chord. Okay. Notice I'm taking a lot of liberty. I'm doing a little bit of different things. I might be plucking. I might not be playing every strumming down all the time. And that's something that you can kind of investigate and play with while you're doing this. Okay, let's try that again. One, two. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. And notice you can take liberties also with the melody, and that's really fun. I actually thought of something. If you are playing the full G major chord like this, makes it easier to get to the D chord because your third finger is already there. You see that? Okay. Here's my G chord, third finger, and fourth finger's right behind on string 1 and 2. Okay, and now I'm going to leave my third finger on string 2 and bring in the other string to play the D. So it does make that transition a little bit easier sometimes when you're moving faster. Okay. How did you do? We'll do a nice kind of concert run through in another video, but as training tutorials, hopefully you made it through. Congratulations and be patient.